I had a dream last night. Well, actually, it was more so this morning. I woke up and I was wide awake and I was ready to start my day. I had a list of things I wanted to accomplish by a certain time today, but my mind and my body was so fatigued out of nowhere and so tired. I felt the need to lay back down. So I did. I fell back to sleep probably for another 2 hours. And during that time frame, I had like the wildest dream. And I do tend to have really vivid, wild dreams. I know a lot of us do. But for some reason, this particular dream, I felt like led to posting it. I don't know if there's something in it that someone needs to hear, because it's abstract, as dreams tend to be, but there's something about how I deliver it or a part of the dream that I'm going to express that is going to be some kind of like validation for someone. So the dream starts with me, it's like working in some kind of shopping mall slash hotel. So it gives me like this feeling of, because I've seen some stuff on TikTok before of people experiencing like this gateway program, and all having like the similar like recollections of a place that looks like an eerie shopping center or like a building where there's multiple shops and whatnot. Every time I have these vivid dreams, it always takes place in the same spot. It's like this multi functional, ginormous like building. Like everything happens in it. We have businesses, we have stores, we have restaurants, we have apartments, we have like people that have jobs, but we're all confined to like one building. So in the dream, it shows me being like a caretaker, but not overtly. Like people don't realize that I'm caretaking for their kids. It shows me bouncing from, I guess you could call it like sublet to sublet, like an apartment, watching over little children, tending to them, caring for them, feeding them, making sure that they're safe and protected, because there's something about the mothers having to work so hard and so long and not really having much to offer their children. It's like, it feels very trapped. It feels very confined. It feels like they don't have any other choice but to get up every single day in this. They have to like wake up every day in the same place, go do a redundant job. They leave their kids unattended, not by choice. This is just the way that this system works here. And then come back really tired at the end of the night and feeling like very defeated, very exhausted, worn down. Like, is this ever going to end? Is this ever going to change? I hate being trapped here. But I was like there taking care of these kids, and it was like I was kind of invisible. I felt like a guardian angel or like a watcher. And one of the mothers saw me and they started crying and they thanked me for helping them. Like they were praying. And that was like end scene. Like that's where it ended. And next thing I'm fleeing from something or someone is chasing me. Within this like vicinity, there's like areas where you can drive. There's roadways. And I'm flying through this roadway trying to escape something that's chasing me. And I'm in something that has no top, so I'm very open and exposed and vulnerable. And like out of the corner of my eye, I see something happening off to the left, and it's like some kind of explosion of like multi-vehicles, like intentional. And parts of these vehicles were flying every which way. It was very powerful impact. And I could see it almost like in slow motion, these parts flying towards the highway I was on. And I remember like laying backwards in the vehicle as far back as I could go, and I could feel this big giant piece of car floating above my abdomen and skimming my hip. Like I could feel the heat from it. It was so real. But it didn't hurt me because I could see it happening, and like everything went into slow-mo, kind of like Spider-Man. And I could see it like so clear, and I was able to dodge being hurt. But as I dodged it and sat back up, I recognized so many people around me were being hit and hurt, and their cars are being smashed by this big debris. So then, fast forward into the next scene, I'm back into this world, or this like shopping center, and I find my way to the office. And this is where it gets a little weird. The office to me reminded me of like what a security office would look like at a mall, like where they can watch people on cameras. So you go in and there's tons of screens everywhere, where every single area of this place is being highly monitored and watched. And for some reason, I have access to this office. I'm definitely allowed to be there. I kept getting the word gatekeeper, which is why I'm also like being drawn to that term gateway. But in the office, there was a door, and it was left half cracked open. And behind the door, I see like this bright flames of light. It was almost like a fire. And some woman made her way into our world. This woman was disguised. She was disguised as very beautiful, very curvy. She had blonde hair. She looked like she stepped out of like the 1950s. But there's something about her where I was getting the telepathic message that she was there purposely to take down the corporation, to take down everything that was happening, that was keeping everyone in this place trapped and stuck. And then I saw another person coming through behind her. This person, the best way I can describe the way that they looked to me was Nicolas Cage from Con Air. But this person, I saw them, and I alerted the people around me, like, there's another person coming through. Are they allowed access? Because they're about to walk through those doors any second. Because the vibe I was feeling from both of them was destructive, and they came to destroy. But then I had to think about it, and I was like, wait a minute. This is a place where I'm not very happy, and everyone here seems miserable. And I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing to let these people through this portal that just is in this office, this main office, to come in and to like break down the infrastructure of this operation. Like, they're here for a reason. And while their energy may seem very fierce and powerful and destructive, I think it's a good thing. So this other person came in behind her, and I don't know why, but the vibe I'm also getting from this man is Archangel Michael. For some reason, like, I just felt his presence so much in this, but it was so intense, and it just like blew me away. Like, I know, like, explaining it doesn't sound like much, but I guess if you were there and you felt what I felt and saw what I saw, and the destruction that I saw, and the misery, and the feeling of being trapped that these people felt every day, living in this redundant like matrix. And then you have these two people come through like this portal in like this main office that were like here to dismantle this entire like illusion and operation. I'm still kind of recovering from that dream. It was just weird. It was really, really weird. But I feel like there's something that's going to be exposed. I think we have people that are moving quietly through doors that are being left open. And I think our initial reaction is we think that they are moving against us because of the energy that they put off, this powerful, fierce energy. But I'm also getting that it's nothing for us to fear. They're here to help us break free. So that's the crazy dream I had, and it's really weird sharing my dreams socially, publicly, because, you know, you really open yourself up for criticism. But it's a dream. I can't control what came through. I don't know what I'm channeling, or if I'm downloading, or if I'm like remote viewing. Yeah, so crazy thing is, right when I was finishing up recording the last part of this video, my phone completely shut off. Apparently it was overheating. And it's really not that hot today. I've recorded it much hotter. And I do have the air on in my car, and the air is on behind my phone. So I don't know why it overheated as much as it did to cut me off like mid-recording. But that's a validation. Also 111 on the clock right now. Also, I was seeing prior to recording this 12:12, and I tried to record and I got distracted and had to move along. So I feel like something, even if it's just a dream, it's not wanting to be put out there for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination. I don't know. We'll see.